Hello, this is Ashi from Crafting with Ashi and welcome to this video. This video is a little bit different. It's the third one in the series about sort of introduction to crafting, and today's video is all about stamping. So let's get started. There are two types of stamps that Stampin' Up! Sell. There is the cling mount and the photopolymer mount. You might have seen this if you've been watching my videos, but I'll show you the difference. This is a cling mount stamp set, and it's a red rubber stamp set like this, and you get each stamp like this, sticks to your block, and you stamp with it. These are brilliant stamp sets. They can be extremely detailed, and they last forever, and you can use it to stamp with different mediums. So you can use not just our normal inks to stamp with these kind of stamps, but you can even stamp with paint, acrylic paint, and all sorts. Though I would warn you, if you do use them to stamp with paint, you must wipe that paint off as soon as you finish stamping. You mustn't let that paint dry on the stamp set, otherwise you're in big trouble. So quite often, if I'm going to be stamping with paint, I'll stamp with the paint, and then I'll have a wet cloth right next door to me to wipe that stamp and clean it straight away. So that is your red rubber cling mount stamp set. Okay, and this one is called Little Lace, and I've just done a project on it, a card, which will be in the previous blog post, so check that out. The other type of stamp set we sell is what's called photopolymer, and you can see here that it allows for accurate alignment, repeating patterns. You can mix and match your stamp set. So if you've got a stamp here that says thank you, like in this one, and you want to add, say, from the bottom of my heart, you can easily stamp these together and you can line them up easily. And a photopolymer stamp is a clear stamp, so you can see all the way straight through it. And this one is one of our new stamp sets. It's going to be coming out now, beginning of April. You'll be able to order it, and it has all these wonderful sentiments on it. I especially like this one that says thank you, so grateful, thanks. And then you've got others words, and you've got all these phrases you can add to it. Say, why, my friend, seriously, ever so much, I'm for everything, your kindness it is so loved, here's a card, you're amazing for all your help, just wanted to say. So there's a ton of mix and match sentiments you can do with a stamp set like that. Stamp sets like this, you must watch. Don't use a permanent ink with it if you can help it, and obviously don't use it with paint or anything like that. So it is a bit more restrictive, but you can see through the stamp set, which allows for absolutely beautifully perfect placement. Okay, so those are our types of stamp sets. So now you've got your stamps, but you need something to stamp them with, inks. Now Stampin' Up! Sell, as you can see, a ton of different inks. We sell them in all these colours. So we sell 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 different colours of inks, plus black. So I mean, you're spoiled for choice there. So all of our ink pads come like this, except the black. You open them up like that and push it in, and then you stamp. The stamp pads are always stored upside down, and this, you see, it's all stored upside down, and this ensures that the ink is already at the top of the ink pad, perfect for stamping. Okay, and these are foaming pads. As you can see, the pad is a foam piece of pad, and these pads can be re-inked. And if you want to know how to re-ink a pad, let me know in the comments and I'll do a video showing you how to do that. Okay, so these are basically a dye-based ink, but they are extremely juicy, and you can, if you want, do heat embossing with them as well. And I'll be talking about heat embossing in a later video as well. So this colour here is Bermuda Bay. It is one of my favourites. I have here all of our colours come in all of our ink pads, and they also come in all of our cardstock, so everything matches beautifully. And I've got here a swatch of some of our colours, so you can see all the amazing colours that Stampin' Up! Sell. I mean, there's just so many, I can't even put them all out, Look at that. Look at that purple here for gorgeous grape. And you've got beautiful reds, and beautiful pinks you can see here. So you have a huge range of colours, and you just look at them like that. Don't they look so much fun? Look at those colours. Lovely. And I have all of mine just swatched here so I can have them out at a class and people can see all the colours we have and they can see what they really are like. But sometimes looking at them in the catalogue is not the same as actually seeing the cardstock. So that brings me to cardstock. What do you stamp on? You stamp on card. This is Whisper White. It is a super smooth cardstock, so it is perfect for stamping on. It is a beautiful white. All of our cardstock is, I think, 218 GSM, but let me just see if it says it in the catalogue. Let's see. No, it doesn't. It says it on the piece of, on the actual leaflet you get, but they're 218 or 220, somewhere around there, GSM. And so is our Whisper White. And this is just the normal Whisper White, and this is perfect for stamping on, because it creates a lovely image every time. So, how do you stamp is the next thing. Well, if you've watched any of my videos, you'll have seen the stamping. I'm going to be using this one little to show you today, a little lace. And let's pick a stamp. Let's pick this nice big one here. And we're going to do some stamping. Okay. One thing I should have said about our ink pads, you can buy them either individually like this, or you can buy them in a collection, and we have four main collections: the neutrals, the brights, the subtles and the regals. And then every year we introduce 5 new ink colours and then last for 2 years, and the old ink colours then retire. Okay, so let's set that aside and do a little bit of stamping. So now you have your stamp like this and you wonder, how do I stamp? Do I just sort of stick it in my hand and go like this? And actually you could do that as well, but the best way to do it is to use a block. Now Stampin' Up! Have blocks for everyone, for all sizes of stamp sets, for everything. That is all of our blocks. We have a ton of them. So I thought I'd just bring them up for you to see all of my blocks and all my sizes. So we have this ginormous huge one. Then we have a nice long one, that's a smaller long one, and then a titchy long one, and this is for small sentiments. And I always feel it's best to use a block that's not too much bigger than your stamp set. You don't want to have your stamp rather, you don't want to have a lot of excess block, because that can allow for transferring a bit that you don't want. So the next ones I'm going to show you are my favourite blocks. There's this one here, and that's the one we're going to use today. And then that is size, if you're wanting to know, they're all sized by their letters. So that's size E. This was H-I... No, that was, sorry. Let me have a look at them. I'm not very good with this. This was F. And this one here is, they're all written I, H, and G for that one. And that's E. And then you can see some of my other favourite ones is D, C, B, and this is the smaller one is A. So you can buy them as a whole set, you can buy them individually, whatever you want to do, mix and match to your heart's content. So let's move those aside for now and bring this block. Now the side of our stamps here is usually sticky if it's a cling mount, and it just sits on your stamp like that. Just press it on and then make sure it's not going anywhere. I tend to do that, then I know it's not going anywhere. And then all you're going to do, I take my ink pad to my stamp and you're just going to stamp it, and you can see here it's gone dark where all the ink has clung. And then all you need to do is just lay down your cardstock. You don't need to press heavily, just there, hold it for a second, lift it up, and there you go, perfect image. Okay, I always close up my ink pads, as you'll see in my videos, as soon as I've used them, so I don't have an error. Now to clean your stamp, we have this, and this is called Simply Chamois, and it's just basically a little cloth. It comes dry, you wet it under the sink, scrumble it up, squeeze out all the excess water, and then it leaves it damp like it is now and pliable, and then all you do is wipe it over here. So you just cleaning it. Sorry about the squeak. There you go, until it's clean. And then I store mine here just in an old stamp case to keep it, because it's just the perfect size for it. So I finished my stamping, so now I just take the stamp off the block like that, and then I can just put it back into my case like that. And these are great because you can just store them on your bookshelf like you would some books. Two ink pads I do want to say about a little about these two. This is Memento, and this is one of our black ink pads, and I tend to use Memento if I'm going to colour in with what's called alcohol markers. And then StazOn, this is a permanent ink, and I use this if I want to colour in with something like watercolouring, because then it won't move. Okay, but you can't use StazOn to colour in with alcohol markers, but StazOn is a solvent ink, and obviously alcohol markers are solvent too, and the two will mix and you'll just get a muddy mess. Okay, so I hope some of that was helpful to people. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. Leave me a question in the comments and I'll get back to you. So thank you again, and if you enjoyed the video, I'd be grateful if you could give it a thumbs up, and please check out the other videos in the series. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be doing a blog post that will list everything I've talked about today, so do check that out as well for further information. And the links to that and all my social media links, including my Facebook group, are in the description box below. So thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye!